And hello everybody, and welcome to the Astral Labyrinth for my special 6-month anniversary Q&A. How's everybody doing? Hello, welcome in everybody. Hold on. I do have to congratulate I for a second, just because we do have I grabbing third. I think first and second are still, oh nope, Zombie took first. The second still available? I think so. Wow, right after the song too. Yeah, so I'll talk about that in a second, Zombie. Beta, hello, congratulations on second, Freysa. So we got Zombie with first, Freysa with second, and I with third. We have a couple of things I need to do right off the bat. Let me get... Yo, what's up? You're always first. Not always, but a lot of the time. So there's your plushie for the evening. Here's our first plushie for the evening. Here's a little dancing Toro. You have been first before, it's true. I'm gonna put him on my head where he, wait, what is that? What the fuck? That's crazy. There we go. That's true, you're first in spirit. Always 10 minutes early, except when you're not. But then again, I guess I don't know. I'm not always paying attention. But hold on one second. There we go. Let me get my shirt off. Let me get more comfortable. It's time. We're really going to get to know me tonight. So if I have to get more comfortable. Always 10 minutes early. Stuck at work. Oh no, Hobo. Hello, Terrell. Hello, everybody. Hello. Who else do we have in here? So we had I had to leave. We got Zombie. We got Freysa. We got Beta. We got Hobo. We got Terrell, which you stream at 9 p.m. I don't stream at 9 p.m. most of the time. That's usually it's because it's collab, and that is not my choice most of the time. I would prefer to stream earlier, but not too early because I need time to decompress after work.
Biggest cow I've ever saw.
Well, if you're in charge, I'll take that as a compliment.
Thank you so much for the
not,
redeem,
I guess
Turl.
I'll just have to sit on you.
Oh boy, can you believe it, guys? Hey guys, can you believe it? It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months since this Minotaur started gracing the airwaves of twitch.tv//bow_Astra. Is that my name? Is that my name on here? I forget if I got I forget if I got the underscore. It had to have it all be one word or not. I don't remember anymore. Funny little squiggle next to my name. Worst 6 months of your life? You can leave. You can leave anytime you want. But yeah, it's been 6 months. Well, technically, it was 6 months. It's almost been 7 months. Funny enough, because the 6 months was actually at the end of October. But it took this long to get it scheduled because I needed questions. I needed your questions for this wonderful little Q&A that we're going to do to get to know me a little bit better. Get some of your questions answered. Anything that you've been pressing, anything pressing that you wanted to know about me that's Twitch TOS appropriate. We don't talk about those times. We don't talk about the fact that I have Zombie locked in my basement. Happy 6-month birthday. 3 more hours. 3 more hours. Oh, 2 more hours till you have to till you get to leave work. I see how it is. Well, this is just going to be a fun little casual kind of Q&A stream. I'm going to be playing some Power Wash Sim, just to kind of occupy myself and kind of put something up on the screen while we're talking. But mostly the focus is going to be on me just answering the questions that you submitted previously. I have my little thing open. So I'm going to shove that to the side. I'm going to open this up off on its own, and I'm going to head on over to the gaming screen really quick just so we can get things going. You hate being good at your job. Oh boy, I feel that. I feel the pain. All right, hold on. I gotta re-establish Toro. When we go to a new sir? Thank you. There we go. You can hang out right there. But yes, tonight we're going to be doing our anniversary Q&A. I'm very excited. I can't believe it's been 6 months already. It feels like it's been no time at all, honestly. It feels longer. It feels longer and simultaneously not very long at all. Awesome. What is even happening in my chat right now? Hi, Shake. Hi. What's playing right now? Ooh, good luck, babe. I'm going to turn it up a little bit just so I can hear it. I don't want it to be too loud, though. How's it going, everybody? You returned to being a boss? Okay, well, you do that. You go be the boss. All right, but you have been so kind as to submit your questions previously. And we got a couple of repeats, and we got some that weren't really questions at all. Happy 6 months. Well, thank you, Giga. Thank you so much. Here's to many, many more. Here's to many, many more. I will get into this a little bit with some of the questions because some people have asked questions that kind of touch on some of this stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see what comes out. I thought about some of the responses, but you know, I have to think about it. Some of this is going to be off the cuff, you know. Your questions were the best. But I can tell you, Cookie did admit to submitting questions that were not actually questions and were in fact, you know what, we'll start with cookies. We'll get cookies out of the way first. Hold on. Just a simple question. And I assume you all gave your names for these, so I assume you were fine with them being not anonymous. If that is not the case, please let me know ahead of time. Yeah, he's not even here. You know what, then we'll save. Am I allowed to ask about credit card info? You can ask. I'm not going to answer it. You're not going to get me like that. You're not going to get me like that. But yeah, you had the opportunity if you wanted to leave your questions as anonymous. However, none of you did. So I assume you're all okay with me having that. Being the you can listen, Beta, nice try. Nice try is all I can say. So let's see. I would be hurt if I did yours anonymously. All right, well, first off, we're going to do these 2 questions who came from somebody. Let's do, you know what? We'll start off with Zombies, actually, because Zombie has been here since the very beginning, 6 months, the worst 6 months of his life. Oh, no. What do we got? So, username, we got Zombie. Let's see, I should actually pick something for us to be cleaning while we're doing this too. What do we do? Clean the skate park or clean the fires? Let's do the skate park. Do I need to refill? I guess I can do that at the job. Wobbles at the corner. Skate park time. Oh God. Oh Lord. This is filthy. This is like skate apocalypse happened here. This is after the Vans fucking Warped tour. Well, as we survey our kingdom, let's start answering some of the questions that we have. So, Zombie's first question, you were able to ask up to 2. So Zombie's first question was, how did you become the Astral Guardian? How did you become the guardian of the Astral Labyrinth? Who taught you how to run the labyrinth? And why are you so sexy? Well, I can answer the third one. I'm sexy because I wanted to be. You know, people, when it comes to designing like an OC or like a character for yourself, you always want to, people always have the impetus to like put their best foot forward. They want to like start by, you know, being like an idealized version of themselves or like just, you know, something they aren't in real life. Sometimes people like to be funny with it as well, but you get an achievement when you push the balls into the thing it's trapped in. Wait a second. Get out of there. Get out. Hold on, I gotta. But yeah, people. Oh my goodness, holy shit. Coaster, hello, welcome in, Coaster Ranger and Raiders. Hello, welcome in. Hi, tits. Hi, welcome in. My name is Bo Astra. I'm a variety streamer here on twitch.tv. I'm the guardian of the Astral Labyrinth, the avatar of the Tauros constellation, and Clear Steer, whose streams are literally out of this world. But hello, welcome in, everybody. We're just getting started with the Q&A, so you haven't missed anything yet. But welcome in, Coaster. Thank you so much for the raid. If you need to raid and dash, I completely understand, but you're also welcome to stay as long as you would like. Your community is in excellent hands. You know that. Oop. And thank you for the marketable plushie redeem, Zombie. And continuing on with the shirtlessness forever. I'm absolutely going to abuse the helmet closet once more. Fantastic. Finish all the helmets of my ranger team. Hooray! For your tits. Can I? Sir? Get out of there. Hold on. I believe we can do this. Part of me is afraid. Hold on. Excellent tits. I mean, what? But washing balls on stream, not clickbait. It's true. I'm washing my balls on stream. Don't even worry about it. Ooh. I can see now why this is an achievement. This is actually more... Oh, we almost did it. We did it! The achievement didn't pop on my screen, but maybe it did on Steam. We'll find out in a bit. But I was answering the very first question from Zombie. Why are you so sexy? Well, simple answer, short answer, because I wanted to be. I think Minotaurs are incredible, and if I could be anything I wanted, if I was going to become a VTuber, I wanted to be a Minotaur. Simple as that. Truly, it's as simple as that. But the second part of that, the other two parts of that question were, how did you become the Astral Guardian, and who taught you how to run the labyrinth? So, to give you a little bit of a background, I guess I actually should check the other questions to see if anybody asked something similar, because there were a few similar questions that I want to make sure. If we overlap, that's fine. We'll retread some ground. But how did I become the Astral Guardian? Well, I was born for it. That's how I became the Astral Guardian, is that I was born for the task. The Astral Labyrinth has existed for as long as I have. I think we were probably brought into existence around the same time. The liminal spaces between the stars. I am the avatar of the Taurus constellation, so if the stars exist, as long as the stars have existed, the spaces between the stars have existed as well. So, which means the Astral Labyrinth and myself have been around for as long as the other has. So how did I become the Astral Guardian? The Guardian of the Astral Labyrinth? I always have been, and I always will be. I mean, I hope so. Forever is a long time, that's all I can say. Yeah, the cow life chose us. But yeah, that's the long and short of it, is that it's like a chicken and egg situation. It's like, well, what if they both existed at the same time? Oh, always be your guardian. So who taught me how to run the labyrinth? This is one of those things where it's also just it was innate. Minotaurs always have like a really good sense of direction. They have a really good sense of understanding the labyrinth that they find themselves in. And since I was born into it, and we are one and the same, I have a very innate understanding of the Astral Labyrinth itself. So if you are wondering who taught me all of that, it was, I guess you could say self-taught, but you don't really have to teach instinct, I guess. Bo Senior, the longhorn and short of it. The longhorn and short hair of it, yes. But yeah, so that's kind of lore-wise. The Astral Labyrinth and I have always existed. Or not always existed. We came into existence at the same time. And therefore, we are intrinsically linked. But your second question is, again, several questions. Zombie really gamed the 2-question system by asking 3 different questions in each slot. So bravo for that. Kudos for that. Face reveal at some point, question mark, Blue Twitch win, and what got you into VA singing? So face reveal at some point, question mark, who can say? I mean, some of you have already seen my face. I will not say where or how long ago. But in terms of like a public face reveal, I'm not 100% on that. I'll have to think about it. It's very much a question of comfortability. At what point will I be comfortable enough to? Do I have the short extension? Yeah, I do. At what point will I become comfortable enough with what's going on with the whole content creation thing to be willing to risk revealing my face to the public? So that's a question mark. I'm not gonna. There's no hard answer for that one. Blue Twitch win. So the answer for that one, I've sort of given publicly is when we hit 500 followers. That is when I will consider doing my first Blue Twitch stream. Which we're almost at 400 now. Which we are doing a karaoke stream when we get to 400. So 3 more followers, and we're putting a karaoke stream on the schedule. And karaoke streams will sort of like become part of the rotation of content. The question was kind of stupid. Well, I mean, it's a reasonable question, right? Like, some people are comfortable revealing their face. I'm not uncomfortable with revealing it at some point, but, you know, for the time being, I'm perfectly happy with being anonymous in the way that I am. Physically anonymous. Oh, the Blue Twitch one. Yeah. Well, I mean, so there's an underlying thing for that too that I guess I can talk about, which is ultimately the Blue Twitch stuff will happen when I am mentally prepared to do it. You know, there's a lot that goes into content like that, and I don't want to just like half-ass it. I don't want to just like do it for no reason, you know, just because I said I would do it. So if I say I'm going to do it, I will do it, but I want to make sure that it's going to be a quality. Do I want to practice? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see about that. But ultimately, it's going to come down to like having a level of comfort with it. So even if we hit that 500 follower goal, it will happen. It's just a question of when. Ultimately, there's a level of comfort in wanting to bring the best I can to it, not just doing it for the sake of doing it, you know? Not safe for work content is not as easy as people make it out to be. So I don't want to come in there and pretend that like, oh, it's so easy. All you got to do is X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, no, it's not that easy. It truly is not that easy. Don't feel rushed though. Yeah. No, I absolutely, no one, I can guarantee you this. No one will rush me into doing it before I am ready to. That is not something that will happen. But that's that part of the question. What's the other one? What got you into VA and singing? So, I have been singing from a young age. I like never really got trained to do it professionally. I did a lot of like choir and like singing when I was a kid. I used to be very religious. I say very religious. I was brought up in a church. So I spent a lot of time at that church doing extracurricular activities through the church. And one of those extracurricular activities was, in fact, choir or like singing. So I did a lot of singing when I was younger, did some productions, some church productions that were always really fun. And when I got into high school was when I really, really started getting into performing, like actually acting and singing. I was a theater kid. Yes, I was in fact a theater kid. But I was more of a theater kid when I got older than I was when I was younger. High school was where it really took off. I was like, oh, what's something I can do in high school that I wasn't doing before that I really would like to? And of course, the theater department was doing auditions for some of the early shows in the year. And I was like, oh, I could do that. And sure enough, I got cast in some of the early high school productions, and I was just involved in theater in high school ever since. So that was a lot of fun for me, and it was kind of like where I really got into performing. I wish I'd gotten to do more of it in college. College was when I wanted to keep performing, but other academic responsibilities kept me from being able to commit to it. Plus, theater had never been something that I really wanted to focus on as a potential career, or performance had never been something I wanted to focus on as a career. So I kind of avoided getting too in depth on it. I did it for fun mostly. I'm glad I never watched High School Musical. Not High School Musical. High School Musical is nothing like doing musicals in high school. Absolutely nothing like it. If anyone's ever done a musical in high school, if your experience was like that, I'm sorry. That's wild. But otherwise, what got me into VA? So VA was something that I kind of like started approaching later. I actually sort of, what's the word? I attribute this one more to D&D. Dungeons and Dragons and just RP, like tabletop role-playing games in general. making characters and like doing voices for them, GMing or DMing, and having to do characters for like voices for NPCs. Just watching a lot of people play tabletop role-playing games, just being really into the idea of like doing accents and different voices. Like, I grew up doing it just for fun, and then it kind of just came to me as something like, oh, this could be fun. This could be a fun thing to do, you know? Does that mean I had that one popular girl musical bully rival? Unfortunately or fortunately, no. Nothing like that. Thank you for the marketable plushie, Zombie. 1 second. But there you go. So I think that kind of covers all of Zombie's questions. So like I got into tabletop role-playing games were what got me into VA, and singing is something I've just always been doing as a kid and growing up, and I've just always been interested in singing. I have more, I'll let you know, but let's get through everybody else's questions, and if we have time, we'll talk about it. All right, but who else is here? You know what? Now let's do Cookie, because Cookie, as you mentioned previously, you didn't actually really submit any questions. So we're just gonna get through yours really quick. Simple question, nothing major, from Cookie. Are you aware of how absolutely gorgeous and amazing you truly are? Well, if I said yes, I feel like I would come off as a little full of myself. So I'm very appreciative of it, Cookie. That means a lot. You all have been very, very flattering and kind to me since I started doing this 6 months ago, and it's been honestly, it's been amazing. So I've been made aware of it. It's not like you don't think you're beautiful. It's just like, oh, I guess people liked me more than I thought they would. It's okay, Cookie. You were very sweet. Your questions were very sweet. Except for the second one, I would say a brief joke, but it's kind of cheesy. And then brie is in quotation marks for the cheese. It was legend. Wait for it. Dairy with an I. Hi, men. Hello. Welcome. And I guess we'll start up at the beginning. I know Leon's not here. Maybe we'll go with somebody else who's here right now. And save questions for people when they come in. We'll do Beta's next, because Beta submitted some questions. Beta in the very same, I got a lot of questions that were not real questions, but were just very flattering and very nice. So Beta said, "Why are you so handsome?" And thank you. That's very, very sweet. But and then what does Bow milk taste like? Seriously, is it like a Lucky Charms taste? I have never thought about this until this moment. Wholesome question followed by this question. Regular fucking 3-6, just complete 180. What does the milk taste like, huh? I'm trying to think if there's anything like space related. It tastes like astronaut, like dehydrated. Oh wait, no, I guess that would be like the powdered milk. A little bit of Bo Astra goes into every piece of astronaut ice cream. Wholesome and wholesome, exactly. Happy 6-month anniversary. Thank you, Min. Most of you missed the task. You all get an F. This is not, I don't blame anybody for not submitting questions through the forum. This is just a true fact about like trying to garner any kind of responses about anything. It doesn't matter how often you promote it, doesn't matter how available you make the link. If you make somebody click something, or they will inevitably forget about it. And this is just a fact of life. So I'm not upset or anything. We did get a good number of questions, so it's just funny how like no matter how much you try and get people to respond to something, they just will not unless they want to. Where would you like that dancing Toro to go? No, we haven't done your questions yet, Jirai. We haven't done your questions yet, so you're here. Boop, boop, boop. All right, let's get one on the horn. We'll just do a little bit smaller one right there. There we go. No, you don't gotta feel bad, Cookie. You're fine. You're totally fine. Will the VOD be up just in case? Yes, the VOD will be up. I'll put it up before Twitch has a chance to butcher it for all the copyrighted music that I'm playing right now. Intrusive thought question 1. For lack of a better answer. Oh God, what does it taste like? What does it taste like? Remember that post, like that there was like a social media thing that was going on a while ago where people were like, oh, what dessert or food does your VTuber taste like? And I was like, oh, I would absolutely taste like one of those like a galaxy mirror finish cakes. I feel like it's just like Lucky Charms is probably the closest equivalent you could get to because they do have the shooting star marshmallows. It's Lucky Charms milk if the only marshmallows in the entire box were the shooting stars. Does that work? Does that work for you? Does that work for you? I don't know. Cosmic brownies before they changed the formula. You don't know what Lucky Charms are? So Lucky Charms are essentially just like a kind of like grain-based cereal, kind of like Cheerios, that have like little marshmallows in them that are shaped like different stuff. No, Kyoki, you haven't missed all the questions. We've only done a few so far. Also, thank you for Milk the Minotaur beta. Hold on one second. We'll get that going as you get your Lucky Charms milk. Kyoko, hi. Yeah. So they're just like little marshmallows. So basically Lucky Charms kind of taste like basically like Cheerios with little marshmallows in them. Answer yours next. Well, we just got through betas, so we guess we can do that. Where's Kyoko? Freysa, we'll get to yours. Jirai will get to yours too, but Kyoko has demanded. When can we expect Bo karaoke night and or duet song with yours truly? Well, hey, as I have said previously in the stream and also in other places, when we hit 400 followers here on twitch.tv, which we are 3 away from, we will be scheduling our first karaoke stream. If you ask me when it will likely be, I would say it will probably be sometime in December. We got to hit 300. We got to hit 400 first, and then I got to put together a list and get everything ready and set up. So I would say probably in December sometimes. Yeah. I mean, can I pitch a Pathfinder one shot to you? No rush. Is this like a who's on first situation? Everyone's supposed to start pitching me their screenplays. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? But yeah, so once we hit 400, that is when the official scheduling will begin for the first karaoke stream. Twins, Egg, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, merry 6-month anniversary. Let me know if I need the reverb mic. I actually do have the reverb mic set up. 1 second. I do have the reverb mic set up. Let me just pull up the properties really quick. Filters. I have the reverb mic set up. It's ready to go. I just need to make a list and make sure timing and everything is good. If you wanted to play. Oh God, Coaster, we'll see if I have time. We'll see if I have time for that. Whole stream like this right now. It's perfect. Exactly. I went through the testing to figure out which one I wanted. It is good reverb. I think Kyoko and I got our source from the same place, from Leo Valorane, so the voice of God. This is the mic setting. Actually, no, I didn't use it because I recorded it through Reaper, but I use very similar reverb settings for my science fiction double feature karaoke. But enough of that for now. Yeah, I love him. Yeah, he was very kind and sent me the thread, sent Kyoko and I the thread for setting up a good mic reverb through OBS. So that is all ready to go. It's just a matter of when and where. Saint Saturnus! Oh my goodness, we are one step closer now to 400. Saint Saturnus, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Astral Labyrinth. You've joined the tour group and officially become a member of the tourist. Thank you so much for the support. You've come just in time for my 6-month anniversary Q&A. So stick around and you might learn something about me that you will learn more about me in this short stream than in the 6 months prior. Yay, thank you so much, Egg. You've been so kind. You've been so kind since you showed up. So that's very appreciated. That's very, very appreciated. Thank you so much. Hello, Twins401. Hello, God. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. But Kyoko's second question now. How would a bow-inspired boxing outfit look if I was to rep you in the ring? Okay, so I saw this question earlier, Kyoko, and I've been trying to think. I didn't turn off my EQ during my karaoke's and it sounded flat. Oh no. Oh God. Yeah, it's a tricky situation to try and get everything to sound right. Thank you so much, Egg. That means a lot. Leon! Hi, Leon. Glad Eggy shouted you out. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Oh, I'm feeling all the love. People are coming out of the woodwork for this. Hello, everybody. So Kyoko, I saw your question earlier. I started thinking about it, and for the love of me, I could not figure out a good answer at the time. So now I'm going to try and think about it a little bit more live. Half paying attention and started thinking about a bow and arrow themed wrestler. Sup, Bilkers? Oh my god. Who are you calling the Bilkers? Me? Am I the Bilkers? Oh my god. Thank you for the marketable plush redeem, Zombie. There you go. All right, so Kyoko, boxing. So really the big thing for boxing attire is that you've got the trunks and you've got the gloves, but then you also have like the ringside, like the walk-in outfit. I feel like you could have a really cool, I think you should take from my personal sense of aesthetic, for my first design, my first visual design for my PNG, have a chlamys, have like an ancient Greek style throw over instead of like a cloak or like a cape or anything like that for your walk-in, or like a sort of like a trench coat or anything like that. Have a chlamys that you can sort of throw to the side and throw off to reveal your sort of like, I mean, truly, if you wanted to go full ancient Greek, it would just be oiled up and nude. I'm looking at him right now. Oh my god, Bilgy Bilkers for sure. Hello, hey Cal. Hi. Bo needs to be the moon salt in the ring. Stay hydrated. Yes, do stay hydrated, me. Ayo, what? I mean, in true Greek style, it would just be oiled up and nude, because wrestling in ancient Greek, or any sort of like contest of sport that required physical contact, was done in the nude. Ayo, yo, yeah. But if we're gonna go with, you know, actual compliant, like ringside, like clothing, I think something along the lines of like a, like something gladiatorial, I feel like would be really cool. Oiled up. I've heard that before. Me when I learned this in my art class. I think something like having like the chlamys, or like the sort of like Greek style cloak or tunic that you can sort of like throw to the side, and as you enter the ring, and then you're revealed just like full sort of like gladiatorial, like leather pleated skirt, and your sort of boxing gloves that can have like little Tauros charms on them, like little Tauros symbol charms. I think would be really cool. You could incorporate star patterns. If you wanted to do like trunks, you could have like star pattern, like sort of starry night sky with the Tauros constellation on them, and have like a little belt buckle with the Tauros symbol on it. I think there could be some cool options. A lot of aesthetic cool options that you could go with. It just occurred to me, I've been sitting here for a while and I haven't actually been doing any cleaning on this skate park, so I'm just gonna clean up a little bit while we move in between questions. But thank you so much for submitting, Kyoko. I will say I haven't closed the form, so if anybody wants to head over, it is currently the pinned tweet on both my Blue Sky and my Twitter. Zombie, if you could get my socials in chat really quick for people. If you want to submit questions and you haven't already, you're absolutely free to do so. Gonna ask Freysa to draw it for you. Ooh, hell yeah. Speaking of, we have Freysa, who's been here for a while. Let me go ahead and move on to Freysa's questions, because Freysa had some big questions. Freysa, are you still here, Freysa? Are you still around? If not, I can hold off for later, because I know we got other people. Yes, there we go. All right, so Freysa's first question was, what was the thought and concept process when you were thinking about your model's design? Was the Tauros always the idea from the beginning, or was it something else entirely? So funny enough, the answer to that question, the second question, is yes, kind of. So Tauros specifically, like as the constellation, wasn't the full inspiration for my model, but you know how people will start, when it comes to a design, they'll start with something. Like when it comes to interior decorating, people will pick like a piece of furniture to be like the foundation for their design or something like that. So when I was thinking about what I wanted my VTuber model to be, the piece of sort of like art, or what I was looking at to be my foundational design for my design, was the Tauros bathtub from Animal Crossing New Horizons, because there was a set of furniture in Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Switch that you could make with star chunks that fell from meteor showers. And one of the pieces, the one for the Tauros, was this sort of like white marble bathtub with gold accents that was shaped like a bowl. And I was like, that's a really cool basis for a design. So that's where the white and gold sort of like baseline aesthetic came from. And I was like, well, if we're going for Tauros, then we got to go like some kind of like ancient Greek sort of theme with it as well. So we're obviously going to be a Minotaur, not just a bull. We're going to be a Minotaur, and we're going to be like full like actual Minotaur, not like not more like the more typical kind of like what people will do with it's just like a normal human body, but cow ears and bull horns. The way I hustled people's bells for star frags. Yes, yeah. So that was the initial sort of like foundational thing for my design, was the Tauros bathtub from Animal Crossing, and it kind of went out from there. I'm not really a big astrology girly in terms of like, you know, believing in astrology or like what it says about people's personalities or anything like that, but I do think it's a very cool aesthetic. I do think it's very evocative, and I think a lot of people do resonate with that kind of stuff, and I do believe there's power and sort of like validity in that in some ways. So I was very happy to go with that as my sort of like foundational design aesthetic. So that's the Tauros bathtub was the beginning of that. And then I kind of just dug out from there. I've always been a big fan of Minotaurs, so I kind of knew what I was looking for in that regard. I knew an artist immediately that I wanted to do the design and of the model design, because I had knew about them previously. My artist for my model, Prime Viridian, on Twitter and on Blue Sky, who was listed in my credits section on my stream on my Twitch page. They're very, very good with furry art, but specifically they do really good Minotaurs and bulls. So I went with that, and everything else was kind of history. I went with the ancient Greek aesthetic. I did some research on what I wanted my sort of look to be. I went with more of a philosophical sort of like Greek philosopher look initially, though in the sort of updated design we went with a bit more of a sort of gladiatorial bent, which I know is more Roman than Greek. So I'd say more, it's probably closer to like Spartan than it is, you know, Athenian, like sort of symposium, ancient Greek philosopher. But that was the starting design. That was kind of the thought process. Stuff I thought was cool, and I thought would be like a relatively sort of novel or interesting aesthetic for people to latch onto. And it gave me a chance to be hot, as people have pointed out before. Why am I so hot? Because I wanted to be. Truly, truly, that was all it took. I haven't finished. I know, I'm leaving that. It looks kind of nice. It's not filthy. It's just, you know, it's just graffiti. I'm letting the art speak for itself for a second. But so Fraser, your second question. Can Bo Astro create the Milky Way in the snap of his fingers, or have the ability to create stars in general? So, I know I've made this joke before. It's like, oh, I have to be careful. There's a reason I can't participate in No Nut November, because the last time I did, that's how the Milky Way got formed. But no, when it comes down to it, I am, you know, the avatar of stars. I'm the avatar of a constellation. Ayo. The Milky Way was just a great cosmic accident. No, I am the constellation. I am a constellation. I'm an avatar of a constellation. So I do not have the ability to create stars. I am made of stars, though. I am made up of the subsequent stars of the Tauros constellation. Also, hi, Spriggan. What, Fraser, you asked. You knew full well what you were getting yourself into when you asked that question. What are you talking about? I am out of this world, specifically. Legally distinct, out of this world. I don't know what you mean. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You're all, my entire chat is 10,000% say so. 10,000% say so. But that's yeah, being the avatar of a constellation, I am made of stars. I'm not able to make stars. I couldn't create new ones. Insofar as, you know, I was created, being made out of stars. They're 100%. You're 10,000%. You know what? What, Freysa? What is it? I'm afraid now. I'm afraid. What is Freysa gonna do? Hold on, let me cook. Okay, we'll let Freysa cook. But yeah, considering I'm made out of stars, I don't have the ability to make new stars. Me and all of my brethren, the other sort of avatars of the constellations, all were born at the same time by the same sort of cosmic accident that created all of us. So we everything just kind of exists that will exist and shall exist forevermore, and we just make the best of what we got, you know. Freysa Toodlins. Freysa's doing something. I don't know what, but I'm afraid. There we go. But I think that about wraps up Freysa's question. So let me see. Jirai, you showed up. Jirai, you still here? Also, I'm sorry if you came into chat and I haven't said anything to you yet. You know, trying to think about answering these questions and also power wash at the same time is a little attention splitting. Someone also shown up in here when I was in. Spriggan showed up. I think I got everybody when they came in, so I feel good about that. But Jirai, if you're still around, we can do your questions next, or we can move on to Leon and Cal, because I know they dropped in earlier. And Jirai said that they would check out the VOD later. So let me grab Leon's questions. Leon was one of the first people to submit questions, so his is up at the start. We don't talk about the astrology symbol NASA allegedly created. Yeah, we don't talk about that one. So Leon asked me a question. This was not lore related, but more like personal. What would you consider to be the best stage production I was a part of? So I've been a part of a lot of different stage productions over the years. Most of them were in high school. I have done one professionally, and then I did one in college as well. So I think the one that I did in college, I think was probably my favorite, was the one that I think was probably the best as well, both quality-wise. We did a production of Little Shop of Horrors when I was in college, and I got to be the voice of the plant, Audrey 2. So I got to play a man-eating plant, alien plant. That was very, very fun. That show's a lot of fun to do. So I'd say probably that. The show I did professionally though for like an acting, like a theater festival, that was also really fun because it was my one opportunity that I've had to like really actually get paid to perform. It wasn't a lot, it wasn't crazy, but it was like, you know, it was a lot of fun to perform and get something out of it as well. Canon ending or film ending? Because it was the musical, it was the canon ending. It was the canon ending from the musical. Oop, thank you for the marketable plushie, Iridium Zombie. Oh, that's actually really cute. Kyoko just sent me an image of something very similar to what I was suggesting for the boxing ring attire. You're a man of culture. Oh God. Oh God. I'm afraid. Somebody got their fucking ass sweat stains on these bleachers. How could they? There we go. But that's Leon's first question. So I'd say, yeah, probably Little Shop of Horrors. That was the one I liked the most, but I also had a lot of fun doing something professionally. And that was like a locally written show. That wasn't like a show that anybody would recognize as being like a famous or known production. That's one of the fun things about doing like local theater for like small fringe festivals. Can't help it if I'm all caked up. Oh my god. It was you, Spriggan, it was you. You left the ass sweat stains. Did I get everything? I did. Perfect. But yeah, we've cleaned up a corner. One single goddamn corner. But Leon's second question, and this is, I'm sure, going to cause an amount of debate in the chat among all the One Piece fans. Leon asked, what is the best One Piece arc? Which is neither about my lore or personal. It seems designed to just cause strife. But if you're asking me what the best One Piece arc is, I do know what my answer is. And I'm pretty sure it's Water 7. Water 7 is the best One Piece arc, not even close. The arc where they find the One Piece, aka the friends they've made along the way. Yeah, Water 7 to me, and always has been and always will be peak One Piece. So you might have a differing opinion, however, it's simply okay to be wrong. That's all I'll say. It's okay to be wrong. The Water 7 is simply the best arc. This is where I wait for people to argue in the chat. No one's doing it though. That's because you all have good taste. Oh my god. Wait a second. Freysa? Freysa, what did you do? Hold on. Now I have to see what happened. Oh my god, Freysa!
Get them! Hey, I've been turned into a cow.
What did you do?
You're excused.
What did you do? I have to put in my two-factor authentication app. Hold on. I had to log back into my account. Where is it? I almost said it out loud and I was like, nope, that's bad. Sure. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, Freysa, that's... Holy shit. Hot girl stuff. Well, thank you so much. Hi, Viara. Hello, hello. Just had a bad day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But thank you so much, Freysa. That's really sweet. You know what? I didn't want to announce it up front because I didn't want to say anything about it before taking a vacation for a week, but that will go towards something that I will be announcing when I come back from my vacation. So you officially made the first donation towards a project. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to add it in there after the fact, posthumously, because I haven't made the thing for it yet, but I'm going to be announcing it when I come back. I didn't want to announce it and then leave for a week, basically was what happened. But thank you so much. That's incredibly generous, Freysa. Oof. Hell yeah, there's going to be something. There's going to be something. Tarth. Hi, Tarth. Hi, hi. Did I miss anything else? Can I go home? We got the can I go home from Viara? There we go. Never saw One Piece, never will. You know what, Zombie? That's fair. That's totally fair. And I did read this week's chapter. I read the chapter from this weekend. Yes, Leon, I did. Cool. All right, so that was Leon's. Hey, Leon, is Cal still here? Do you know if Cal's here as well? Should I answer his questions next? Projects. Kyoko has asked another question. I'm not answering this one. Kyoko, I'm not answering this one. Is my pussy galaxy colored? Yes. Yes, why not? Sure. If you stare into the pussy, you approach the event horizon. If you look too deeply into the pussy, you approach the event horizon. I mean, you'll be approaching some kind of event horizon, that's for sure. But I'm going to answer Cal's. I'm going to answer Cal's questions next. What about VTubing brings you the most joy? I'm going to be honest. I mean, honestly, even doing it, somebody else asked this question, so I don't want to get too much into it. But one of the, part of why I decided to start doing this was because I really wanted a creative outlet. So being able to do this and entertain people, and the fact that there are people who watch me and support me regularly, if I never get anything else out of VTubing, the fact that I'm able to do this and actually entertain people and have fun doing it as a hobby is kind of, I think, what brings me the most joy. Being able to express myself, as a form of entertainment, I think the best part about it for me. Which is a very, very honest sort of answer about it. But yeah, just even being able to do it at all, I think is the part that is very, very joyful to me. How much milk is in there? And are they heavy? Always, constantly. So much milk. You know how, if people's boobs are too big, it can actually cause back problems. If I wasn't an astral construct, if I wasn't an avatar of a constellation, I would constantly have back problems. I have to do weightlifting just to maintain my posture. I signed a contract and now I'm stuck here. It's true. Thank you for the Minnow Milkers redeem, Zombie. But that's that. So if Jirai is still here, we'll hit Jirai's questions up next. Actually, let's just hang out for a little bit. I think we're gonna hold off on some of the rest of the questions until we come back from our first ad break. So we're just gonna do a little bit more power washing and just kind of chilling until the ads come in. Where they're coming in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna listen to Pink Pony Club while we power wash this red bench. Pink Pony Club. I'll watch the VOD PRP. For fighting purposes. How long do I think I can face Felix in the ring? Well, given Felix is a trained boxer, I feel like there's a bit of an edge there. I feel like I'm more appropriately trained in Greek style Olympic wrestling, which I feel like breaks some rules when it comes to official boxing. I feel like I would get disqualified. No grappling allowed. Free question. That was a free one. Pink Pony Club. Good 8 to 12 rounds? Probably. If I don't get disqualified for grappling. I don't play dirty, but I will go low if you let me. I only play dirty in the bedroom. What have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, mama. Since when did the World Video Boxing Association care about rules? Look at you, Ayn Rand. Bo trains me to wrestle in exchange. Felix trains you for boxing. Oh my god, it's our training arc. We prepare each other for the... I mean, they're both Olympic sports in this day and age, right? Boxing and wrestling. Snaps fingers to summon Actor Ranger 9. Whatever cosmic threats you need to fight. Hi, Himbo Hunter. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. You came in just as our first round of ads is about to start, actually. We have about 45-ish seconds before the first round of ads comes in. So we're gonna head over to the BRB screen for a bit, just to give people a chance to get up, stretch their legs, stretch their bodies, get a drink, get a snack, anything they need to do without missing any of the stream, and it gives me a chance to do the same. So just sit tight, everybody, and we will be back in just a few short minutes. Just jam out, chill, vibe until we come back, and I'll see you all again soon. See you in a bit.
When it's on a platter for you, then you pull back. Wanna try to make plans more than 2 hours in advance. I slam the door, I ignore, I say no, 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 no more. I got you blocked after this and afterthought. I finally cut you off. I feel so much lighter, like a feather with you off my mind. Floating through the memories like whatever, you're a waste of
Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. Also, hi, Jirai. If you want a timestamp, we were actually about to do your questions. So I can give you a timestamp at about 1 hour and 10 minutes and 30 seconds. One second. There you go, Jirai. There's a timestamp for you. We're about to do them, so go do your jog, and you'll be able to get them. You'll be able to see the answers when you come back. But also, hello everybody, welcome back. Let's jump right back in. You DM'd it to him? Okay. As long as he knows. As long as Jirai knows when their questions are being answered. All right, so Jirai submitted 2 questions as well. So out of all creatures, what made you choose a Minotaur? Is it related to any past experience with a similar creature? So we talked a little bit earlier about like the reason, what my sort of inspiration for my character was. And in a similar kind of vein, I've always just kind of been a fan of bulls, cows, and minotaurs. You know, they're kind of good. They're kind of great. Beautiful creatures. Also with just the huge amount of just sexy, incredibly attractive minotaurs in media. It's so funny because like minotaurs are supposed to be like monstrous and scary, and I can't help that I want to fuck them. You know? I'm a monster fucker. I'm a certified monster fucker, and minotaurs are high on my list. So why would I not become one? Why would I simply not become a minotaur given the opportunity? But I am a Taurus in real life. I am of the Earth sign. I am of the sign of the bull. And minotaurs are pretty closely associated with them. But I've just kind of always really liked them in terms of like monsters. I've always been a fan. I know somebody else asked this question as well, so I won't answer it, but Minotaur was not the only thing I considered doing when I was thinking about doing my my model, like what I wanted my sort of design to be. But it was always a pretty strong contender, and if barring any sort of exceptional circumstance, it was always the front runner. Here's an issue of Cattle Monthly and a Peaker. Go wild, exactly. Exactly. But I just think Minotaurs are neat, man. I don't know. I like Minotaurs. I think they're very cool. They're big, they're beefy, they have kind eyes. All hail the monster fuckers, it's true. And thank you for the marketable plushie redeem, Zombie. There we go. And a dancing Toro. Other horn or shoulder? Other horn or shoulder, Zombie? Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Perfect. Wait, I can do better than that. Hold on. Keeps snapping. It wants to like snap over there. That's gonna have to do. There we go. But yeah, Minotaur was always high up on the list, and it kind of just beat out all the competition. Therein lies the rub. Is it related to any past experience? Yeah, I guess in that way. Specifically my experience with Asterius from Hades. He deserves so much better. He deserves so much better than his idiot partner. I just have to choose to believe he was a morosexual. It's the only way it makes sense. It's the only way it makes any goddamn sense. Oh. Can you... What's it? G is drop, right? Or is it R? Whatever, that can stay there. That can stay there. And Jirai's second question was, what made you decide to become a streamer? Was there any mentor or influences that help you to decide on that? So, this is a good question. This is a really good question, actually. So, what made me decide to start streaming? So I briefly touched on this before. I had been looking for a while for a new creative outlet. During like the early years of the pandemic, when a lot of other people were getting into VTubing or just like streaming in general, because they couldn't go outside, and streaming seemed like a good option for them to do something and be connected with other people. I was doing something similar, but instead of streaming or VTubing, it was playing tabletop RPGs. I had gotten in with a group of friends that were like very active players of tabletop RPGs, and I knew a bunch of people who wanted to get in at the time because there really wasn't a whole lot of other stuff to do, and they wanted to do something fun and that made them sort of like, that was different from video games. It was social in a lot of ways. So I got really involved in tabletop RPGs for a very, very long time. I even like DM'd a game that I got paid for as like a sort of community reward for an artist whose Discord server I was in. And that was a lot of fun. But I think after a while, I started kind of getting burnt out on doing it. I was just playing so much that it wasn't really giving me the same creative fulfillment that it used to. So I opted to look at other opportunities to sort of serve as a creative, to serve as a creative outlet for myself. And streaming at that point, I had a friend at the time who got into streaming around that time. And I was like, oh, that seems like an interesting option, like an interesting opportunity. What if I decided to get into streaming as well? At the time, I didn't really think much of it. But as time kind of went on, I was like, I think it would be really cool to get into this and like sort of have that as an option for my sort of creative expression. Also, maybe it'll finally help me get through my backlog of games. It hasn't. It hasn't as much as I was hoping. In fact, the library has continued to grow as opposed to shrink while I've been doing it. But I have actually been finishing games, and that's been fun. But I wanted to give it a shot, basically. I wanted to give streaming a shot, and I think what really was the catalyst for me finally deciding to do it was because VTubing, I'm going to be honest, up front, I didn't really get it. I think for the longest time. I think it was because I had only ever been exposed to the corporate sort of like high-end, very, very specific kind of aesthetic VTubers, like HoloLive, a lot of like the very, the kind, the type. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it was very much at that point in like my sort of creative journey was not interesting to me, right? That was not the thing that I was like the most interested in about when it came to VTubing. Yeah. People who were just like very, very popular and were very well known at the time. What the fuck? I'm just trying to figure this out while I'm looking at it. But yeah, that's kind of like, I feel like I'm missing something on this wall, but I don't know. I can't tell. Also, yes, Hobo. Hello, welcome back. Can I put this down, please? Thank you. We are not doing Final Fantasy IX this Friday. No, I was thinking about doing it on Thursday, but ultimately I decided to just take this week off. So we're not playing this week. We're not doing Final Fantasy this week, unless I feel like it on Thursday for some reason. But yeah, like I leave early on Saturday for my vacation, so I didn't want to put myself too much stress, But yeah, I think what ultimately got me into streaming and specifically VTubing was I finally found VTubers that really kind of like spoke to me creatively, or people that like it made me finally get it, right? Like you finally find, I guess for some people it's who they would describe as their Oshi. I don't necessarily like using that language in the sense because I just kind of like, it's inspirational, right? Like you find people whose content you enjoy and like you're just inspired by them creatively. And for me, I've talked about this before, that was Basil Wolf. Harukami, hello, welcome in. Yeah, currently I'm kind of talking about what kind of inspired me to get into streaming. You find the VTubers that you finally kind of like mesh with, of just like in terms of like, oh, this is what VTubing can be. It's not just this other thing that I thought it was. Basil was like one of them. When Rubber Ross was doing all of those videos where he would invite VTubers on to do art and like Gartic Phone, or like do like game shows with people. A lot of those VTubers like Buff Pup, the Vichibon crew, so like Rose Doodles, AI Candy, Shia Bun, about to close this damn restaurant. Oh, I hope you are free soon, Hobo. I hope you're free soon. But yeah, once you find the people that kind of like actually inspire you to like get you excited about doing and creating, like people like Roy Kiato, all sorts of different VTubers. As soon as like started looking into the space and finding people that like are really was just like, oh, this is so cool. I didn't know VTubing could be this. That is when I finally made the switch in my mind. I was like, oh, I could do this. And this would be a really fun thing for me. I think I could do this. I don't know how popular I would be or like how far I would go, but I think it would be fun to try, just to see where it goes, you know? And lo and behold, here we are 6 months later. So yeah, I would say in terms of like influences, initially people like Basil Wolf and some of the other indie VTubers. It was mostly indie VTubers. It wasn't the big corpos that got me into doing VTubing and streaming in general. But then once I actually started doing it, the other small indie VTubers that I met very early on, people like Tarth, if Tarth is still in chat, Gigashake, they were like two of the very first people I met when I got into the space, and they were so nice and they were so accommodating and they were so welcoming that honestly, if I hadn't met people like that, I don't know how far I would have been willing to like try and go in the space, you know? So that's kind of where my inspiration came from. And then once I met the right people, it kind of just all clicked into place. Yeah, Shake is amazing. And we met in the comments and like the replies of an artist gathering bovine VTubers to do like little chibis for. So we both met each other in that thread and then started talking, and then the rest is history. So that's kind of that. So Jirai, you got the bulky, meaty questions. All right, let's see who else we got. Because we've done Leon, we did Cookie, we did Zombie, we did Beta, we did Freysa, we did Jirai, we did Kyoko. We've got some questions from Whispering Jade and Tetris. So let me go ahead and pop over to Whispering Jade. So I know Jade's not here right now. I'll let him know later that we did his questions. But Jade only submitted one question, which is funny, and this is going to be an interesting one because again, it's not really related to me, the content. It's more of a personal question. But Jade asked, "What is your ideal date? Please describe in detail if you can." I wonder if something's going to be done with that. I wonder if some planning is happening as a result of this. If I have myself recorded saying what I think my ideal date is. So here's something funny about me, and maybe this is where you start like you start believing that there might be something valid, there might be some validity to like astrological sign things. I'm just like, oh, Tauruses are like X, or certain people are like this. I tend to be very much April 25th. There we go. April 27th for me. I tend to be very, very low maintenance in a lot of ways. Do I really? Okay, that's so annoying. Hold on. I tend to be very low maintenance. So I kind of, when it comes to an ideal date, it's probably going to be something that's very low key. I don't like making a big deal out of things. I don't like, not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. The perfect date. The perfect date. It's true. But no, I think for me, it would probably be something, what's the word? It would probably be something really low maintenance. I'll tell you one thing that I'm very much a fan of is food, like high quality or like really fun food experiences. I really like being taken out to eat really good food. Doesn't matter what necessarily. Just as long as it's like something that you couldn't just get like normally, right? Make it a special occasion. You know you're an old one. No, I get the reference. I don't know if anybody else did. I remember the reference. I don't remember necessarily where it's from. I just remember that it's that it is a thing. Miscongeniality, you're right. Oh my god. Can you describe your ideal date? April 25th. That's a good joke, and it really is a good joke, actually. But anything food related, I'm a big fan of. I don't like doing things that are too active. I'm not much of an active person. If the weather is nice, it's not too hot. I do like being outside in cooler weather. I'm more of a winter, fall month kind of person than I am a spring, summer kind of person. Which is funny considering I am a Taurus. You would think I would be all about spring. But no, not necessarily. Something with water, but not necessarily the beach. I like the beach in theory. I don't like getting sandy. Sand is kind of like a no-go for me. I don't like getting sticky and sandy. Though that could be adjusted, I suppose. That's not a hard and fast rule. I just try to be nice. I just try to be good to people. In the most cases, I try to be as nice to as many people as I can. Got him. Oh my god. Throw it on the pile of people who asked not real questions, but just complimented me instead. But Tetris asked me 2 questions as well. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Somebody did ask me this question, and it's a good one. This is a good question. If I was not a bull-themed VTuber, if I was not a Minotaur, what animal would I be instead? So I touched on this briefly before. I did think about other options. There were a couple of other options that were on the table. If not bull or Minotaur, though that was the first and foremost, and it kind of stayed that way during the entire design process. My other options were something like werewolf, because I'm also a big fan of werewolves. But like I said, there is no shortage of dog or werewolf VTubers, so I was like, okay, maybe that can be a backup, but I want to do something I don't see as much of. I think that was part of my thought process. So Minotaur was up there, but like werewolf was always an option. I know I've said previously that I would be interested in being like an aquatic VTuber, like some kind of ocean creature. I'm not entirely sure what. Maybe I think I've said whale shark previously. Whale shark would be a fun one. Some kind of like merfolk, and I know Seth the Kraken has a sort of like Kraken octopus sort of Ursula theme going on. Something with tentacles would have been fun. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Yeah, I think those were the kind of the things that I thought about outside of Minotaur. If I had to rebrand, I honestly don't know what I would do. I don't know what my immediate thought would be for a rebrand. I hope I don't have to rebrand because I like what I've got. I'm a fan of where I'm at, you know? And then what was Tetris's other question? Tetris's other question was, what is a piece of advice you think new VTubers should learn immediately? Oh, this is an interesting one considering I haven't really been doing this that long. It's been 6 months, which is a pretty long time. I know a lot of people can give up before they hit this point, so I guess that's fair to say. What is a piece of advice I would suggest that new VTubers learn immediately? So this is one that I have seen a lot, and it's not necessarily something that I did. So do as I say and don't do as I do. I just had a very strong feeling that streaming was going to be something that I found fun and that I would very much like to do. So I kind of just dove head first into it. I didn't get a live 2D model. I know a lot of people, this is something you should absolutely not do. Unless you are already a streamer or you're already a content creator and you know that this is something that you are good at and want to do and have fun with. Do not feel the need to just drop an insane amount of money on getting ready to start streaming. Just start streaming. Figure out if it's something you want to do first. Figure out if it's something you like, something you're good at, something you can grow at, something you will enjoy growing at, something that you would enjoy doing for long periods of time, even if it's just a hobby. You should have fun with it and enjoy doing it first and foremost. No shade to anybody who starts doing content creation or streaming with the intention of making money off of it. You're doing it out front for the wrong reason. It's like if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to like get healthy. If your only goal is to lose weight, like why are you doing it in the first place? Like what's the purpose? Like what is your goal for why you're doing this? And if you're not doing it for yourself first and foremost, if you're doing it for other people or if you're doing it for some other like sort of reason, you know, you should enjoy yourself. You should have fun with it first and foremost. Still trying to learn all the technical stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing is you don't necessarily have to know everything about how to do it. Never do stuff for other people. Like if you're doing something like this, or you're doing like you're losing weight, you're getting like healthy, you're doing a fitness journey or anything like that, it should always be for you. It should always be self-motivated. Because like if you're relying on other people for your motivation, ultimately it's not gonna work out. But when it comes to streaming, this is not something that I did, but like I said, it was because I was fairly certain up front that streaming was something I was going to enjoy doing, that I was going to have fun with no matter what. even if I did get, even if I was at a low viewer count for a very long time, I was like, if I'm having fun with it, if I'm enjoying myself, I think that's probably something I can get behind. And sure enough, it was. I could have been wrong though, and that's where the sort of piece of advice comes in. It's just, if you think that you want to start streaming, don't wait for anything. Just start doing it. Just have fun with it. Just give it a test. Just grab a PNG. It doesn't even have to be anything. Just grab like a pre-made model or something. Just do anything. Doodle a little PNG tuber for yourself. If you're not artistically inclined, have a friend do it. If they're willing to sort of help you out. Have fun with it and see if it's something that you want to do. I've heard stories of like people who put all this time and effort and money into getting into streaming, just to like quit literally a month in, all of that effort and time and money wasted. A popular PNG tuber, is just a sandwich. See, that's the thing. Like, honestly, PNG tubers, there's a lot of like drama in the sense of like people don't recognize PNG tubers as being legitimate VTubers comparatively to live 2D tubers or 3D VTubers, and it's like you have so much freedom to express yourself with a PNG model that's so low cost. Popular PNG tuber, that's a toad. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's so many different things you can do as a PNG tuber with little to no investment of like money or time on your part, just to find out if you even want to stream. So if you're interested in being a VTuber, if you're interested in streaming, try it. Just do it. Just start doing it. Don't worry about it being perfect. No one's perfect when they start, unless they've been doing this for years, in which case, don't be fooled. They're not a new VTuber. That's their newest project. Yeah. And if you want to be inspired, like find people whose content you really resonate with it and try and not copy it, but like, emulate it. What do you like about it? Figure out what you like about what they make and then kind of do the version of it that works for you, right? Your friend found a clever niche. He has friends who stream with him, and Lore and others are the prisoners in the game. Jens hanging off of his deer horns. Exactly. Some people do have really transferable skills when it comes to content creation or streaming, just entertaining in general. Like, I have easily transferable skills in terms of organization and hosting and entertaining because and sort of performance and projection and sort of personality because I come from a performance background. Streaming and entertaining people and talking to people was not a stretch for me. It took a little getting used to in the context of streaming, but in shaking the rust off, but this was something that came naturally to me, and that's not true for a lot of people. Yeah, you stream your art. Said friend is your model child. Exactly. So it's finding what works for you, trying things out, being willing to experiment, have fun with it, and don't just do it. Don't worry about it being perfect. If you want to stream, don't put too much investment into it up front. Just do it and see if you like it. He's spoiled rotten for outfits, as he should be, exactly. But that would be my piece of advice, is just do it, man. Just do it. Just start streaming. The best time to do it is yesterday. You should have already started. If you want to do it, just try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And then and you didn't waste any time. Well, it wasn't wasted time. You didn't waste any effort or money, building up to this thing that you didn't need to spend that much time focusing on. Hades, exercise casual, exercise leather daddy. Did you all see that post that's been going around on Blue Sky today? That's like, what's your Kinkymon type? The very first combination that I got when I paused it, I didn't save it though, and then I couldn't recreate it later. I could never get it again. It was leather bondage, which I thought was very appropriate given my status as a Minotaur. But I could never get that combo again. I got plenty that were close. Leather Daddy showed up, that's for sure. Cuties of All Genders coaster is one of my Oshis. Just wanted to clarify that. Oh my god. I'm not anybody's Oshi. I'm your Ushi. Now, for those of you who don't know Japanese, Ushi is spelled U-S-H-I, and it means, one of the things it can mean is cow. Daddy Dom, perfect place between model child daddy and your boyfriend Dom. In between a daddy and a Dom. Exactly where you want to be. But I'm not your Oshi, I'm your Ushi. The model father and Dom to the BF. Oh my god, Daddy? Daddy? Is that you? Thank you for the marketable plushie, Zombie. There you go. And for continuing the Minnow Milkers train. You know, I think that was the last question I had. Yeah, that was the last piece. That was the last question I had. So we've made our way through the questions that were submitted. So I guess that means that we are open to, if anybody has any questions in chat that they want to ask, we have open the floor to asking questions. Open the floor to Q&A. Oh yeah, in terms of the one outfit, yeah, that would make you my my godfather, which is very appropriate given the content of that outfit. Switch back to multi-purpose cleaner. Thought it said grandfather for a second. Hey, I may be old, but I'm not that old. Come on now. I'm no one's grandfather. I will say it's very, very funny to me seeing people on the internet, like content creators who've been around for a while, that are like maybe in their 20s referring to themselves as boomers and like unks. That's really funny to me. It's like, dude, you're so young. You're not old at all. What are you doing? It's so funny. It's like, because there's this thing when it comes to internet culture where if you're over the age of like 22, you're ancient. Like you're just the fucking crypt keeper, which is so untrue. It's like, these are people that don't go out and touch grass. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, you're a grandpa, you're a daddy. It's like, dude, I'm 32. What do you want from me? I'm no one's daddy. Just because people my age have kids don't mean Oh, I meant like as a parent. I'm not a parent. I am parent age, but I'm not parent. Disappointing uncle at most. I'm the fun gay uncle. I'm the fun queer uncle. Who are in their young 20s always, without fail, get surprised when they say. Listen, if you tell anybody that you're not in your 20s, that you're older than your 20s, they look at you like you're about to crumble into dust at like any second. The pansexual idiot cousin. All I'll say is that I'm glad my sister had a kid and that I'm an uncle now. It took the pressure off of me from ever having kids. Lore drop, free lore drop for you all. I have a sister. They think you're 25. You know, David Demantoid thought I was like in my young 20s. He thought I was like 25 or lower. I have a niece and nephew, and I don't need to have kids right now. Truly, Freysa, you and I understand each other. Yeah, David thought I was like in my low 20s. Which I take as a compliment. Although I think if you hear any of the like references that I make or the jokes that I make, there's no way you would assume I was in my 20s. Or if I was, I'm like in my late 20s. It's like a mixture of metal and, oh, that's so annoying. Is this also multi-purpose? Oh my god. They ask what year you're born in, and when you say 19, they just start saying oof. Exactly. Anything before 2000. Oh, we're out of multi-purpose cleaner. That's unfortunate. Hold on, I'm gonna draw a dick. Oh, I should probably do one that's not there we go. Murder it. We can't let it be on screen for too long. The soap isn't that useful. It is in some ways. It's useful in covering like large spots. It was studded for pleasure. It was ribbed for your pleasure. Nice cock. But yeah, no, chat, if anybody has a question that wasn't covered, if anybody has any other questions, we're kind of in the free forming portion of the stream now. We covered all the ones that were pre-submitted, so as long as it is Twitch TOS appropriate, I'm not guaranteed I will answer it, but if I feel comfortable, I will try and get to it. Draw a little Toro. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see what I can do here. What's the best place to do this? Okay. All right, I need to pull up so I can look at it. I gotta look at them for reference. Oh god. Hold on. That's the best I can do with this pressure washer. It's there. We did it. We have a little cow. There. Let me try again. Hold on. I can do better. Hold on. Maybe if I'm further away. I'll have a little bit more control over it. Let's start with the legs. Little tail comes up along the back. And then we got like a little head here. Oh no, we ran out of space. Hold on. The other one was better. The other one was better. No, get rid of it. Somebody can clip it. Yes, zombie. Piercings. Oh, my piercings, are they accurate? So for the most part, yes. I only have in my model, I only have one of my ears pierced. Both of my ears are pierced. I only have one piercing in each ear, though I want to get a second. And everything else is correct. all the other piercings on my model are accurate, are real life accurate. Yes, all of them. Well, I guess not. Okay, so I have a nose piercing. I can't have a septum piercing in real life, so I have a nostril piercing. That's the only other difference, but I do have a piercing on my nose. I do have my ears pierced, and all the other piercings are accurate. Even, yes, Freysa, even that one. I don't talk about it very often because how do you talk about that without being weird for bringing it up? But because somebody asked, I'll answer. I'm not ashamed to talk about it. It just feels like it's weird to be the one to bring it up, you know? So in real life, I can't have a septum because I don't have enough space. I don't have enough space in my septum for a ring. They would have to pull like part of my nose forward, and that means it would just be rubbing against, like, it would be rubbing on the inside of my nose constantly. Yes, very valid, very valid. But like, you know, you understand though, Fraser, right? It's like no one wants to be the one to say like, oh, hey, by the way, my junk piercing, right? My piercing that belongs and not in polite conversation. Did it hurt? It did a little bit. The more surprising part is always how much it bleeds, not the pain. It was not nearly as painful as it was surprising how much blood there was. But that was also only for a little bit of time. Because like after a certain period of time, it kind of just stops bleeding. It would be hard to bring up. I think it depends on how comfort you are. Right. But also it's like, what situation would it feel correct to be like, oh, hey, by the way, right? That's just, it feels weird. It feels weird to say. I'll talk about it for sure, but like somebody else has to ask. Piercing conversation, I guess. Yeah. I will say it was very funny when I got the piercing done. I got a lot of lowdown like information about how like common it actually is, specifically for straight men, mostly in saucy artwork. Yeah. It's apparently it's a fairly common thing for like straight men to get PAs, to get like PA piercings. Surprisingly, either like to spice up their sort of like to add like an element of spice to their marriage, like to their romantic life with their partner, or as a bonding activity in certain professions. Car salesmen, for example. Apparently car salesmen make the genital piercing industry go round. Love to have a septum piercing. I've been on the hunt for the right tattoo artist who does it, but I found one and hopefully I can do it before the end of the year. Honestly, Freysa, if I could get a septum piercing, I really badly wanted one. I really wanted to get one, but I took my piercer's advice, who said that it would have been extremely uncomfortable and I probably would have just ended up taking it out anyway. That I could just get a nose piercing instead. So I did that, and I've honestly been perfectly happy with it. I don't miss it. Would it be nice to have one? Yeah, but at the same time, just having one at all was nice. And I got other piercings to make up for it. There's a few more I've thought about getting. I thought about getting one of my eyebrows pierced. Not both of them, just one of them. I wanted to get my ears pierced. Again, I wanted to get a second piercing in my ears. Yeah, I mean, they're really non-invasive for the most part. And eventually I switched it out for a ring because they just do like a stud, unusually, until it's healed up. But yeah, like I've wanted to do an eyebrow piercing if I didn't think it would mess with my teeth or my mouth, like my mouth at all. Like I already have enough dental problems to worry about that I don't want to risk it, but like a snake bite or like a tongue piercing is something I've thought about. Probably more a snake bite, but like, again, I don't want it like fucking with the inside of my mouth necessarily. Nipples are a good one. Those were the most challenging to take care of because of, you know, just their general location. They take a really long time to heal as well. It's something to consider before you get those pierced. You're kind of out of commission when it comes to like public bodies of water for a while. And also, it's not guaranteed. This is something that people do get it for. It's not guaranteed to increase sensitivity at all. That is not, that's 100% dependent on the person. I've also thought about potentially other. So this is entirely in the realm of it would be cool in theory, but I would never actually get it done. You know, like a Jacob's Ladder style piercing. Nah, not doable, that I won't get them. Oh no, you'd be surprised how doable it is. It's mostly just, are you willing to put up with it? But like I thought about, I think it would be the idea of a Jacob's ladder is really kind of cool. I don't think the reality of it would actually bear out, you know? It just seems like the healing process that would be challenging. Absolutely. I love mine. They're just something you are constantly aware of, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I think it would be really cool in theory, but it seems like a terrible idea in practice. Can't do something with the eyes. Eyebrow has been maxed out. Yes, yeah, no, you are correct. You are correct. The bridge of the nose would be a cool one, but I wear glasses, so that would also be kind of a challenge. You would never do tongue again. That's the thing about tongue that strikes me as interesting, is that I think it's cool in theory, but I would never actually want one. So hearing you say that is kind of like affirming in that way. Yeah, I would want to get one of my eyebrows done, I think. I want to get my ears pierced again. I have thought about another kind of piercing, like another intimate piercing, but I'm not 100% sold on that one. I think what I might do is I might just, what is it? I might just increase the gauge on the one that I already have, as opposed to get a new one. It's the most useless piercing. Angel bites and it looks so bad at. Are the angel bites? What are the angel bites? Because I know snake bites are the one where it's below the lip. No one sees it, and the only thing people know about it is that if you use it on things. Exactly. So upper lip is angel bites. Interesting. That tracks. That does track. Yeah, piercings are cool. I will say before I like went into more piercings though, I would probably consider getting my first tattoo before I got more piercings. Which is a big question mark for me because it's a little bit more permanent. They would vanish in the facial hair. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not opposed to getting a tattoo. It's just, to me, getting a piercing made more sense as like a stopgap, because piercings are a little less permanent. So you can be a little bit more, free to express yourself with it. They're a little bit more reversible. A tattoo is a bit more of a commitment, I guess you could say. Was my thought process. Do I want to hear something? What's up? What's up, DigiDragon? Also, welcome in. I think with tattoos is I only do them if I have a meaning. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I wouldn't want to just get something to get something. If I was gonna get a tattoo, I wanted to like be something special, and I just haven't felt like there's been a thing that I wanted to have tattooed on me, you know? Which, to each their own, I guess. Would drink 35 or more redeem. Do you mean the whole drink? Five right now and they all have meaning. Yeah, that to me, like a tattoo feels like you have a little bit more room to like be really thoughtful with it. So it would be something I would want to put some thought into. And when it comes to decision making like that, when it comes to something I really want to put a lot of thought into, I am not quick on the uptake for that. Like I really want to think about it. Drinking non-stop. It's like 35 hydration redeems. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to be drinking for the next hour, everybody. Just non-stop. Keep bringing me more. God, we're only 60% done with the skate park. Holy shit. 100%. There we go. Tattoos shouldn't be taken lightly. Yes. Always look tattoo artists up and look fresh and heal tattoos for them. Yeah. That was the thing that I was really like careful on, especially when it comes to piercing. Like anything that is piercing your body, which is happening when you're getting a tattoo as well. Needles are piercing your body and injecting ink into your skin. If anything is needles are touching your body, make sure you are going to a reputable and clean tattoo artist, piercer, anybody. Make sure they're taking themselves seriously. Don't get your fucking ears pierced at Claire's. I know you're all like adults. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Don't go to like Claire's and get your ears pierced with a fucking piercing gun. They cannot sterilize those things. They are not clean. You will get an infection. Do not go to a sketchy tattoo artist because they're cheaper. Claire's is the worst. I also believe at one point, didn't they get in trouble for like having asbestos in their beauty products? Or like some kind of like harmful chemical in their beauty products. You have to look at tattoo artists and find someone whose style you like. Yeah, there's a whole like other layer to it when it comes to, because tattoo artists are artists. You gotta find somebody who's gonna vibe with what you're trying to do, and whose skill set matches what you're trying to have accomplished. Just like any other artist, it's like getting a commission. It's like you could go to whoever, like you could go to a popular artist for a commission. You could go to somebody who gets recommended to you, but ultimately, whatever you want for your piece, whatever you want to accomplish with what the art that you're getting, you got to find the right person. You got to find the people that the vibe with what you're trying to do. Always in trouble for a lot of things, and I believe they did. Yeah, that's true. It's so fucking true. Oh, Lord. Ah. Wow, this whole conversation just sprouted because we were asking about the piercings on my model. Are they relevant? Are they true to life? Yes, they are. Reiterating the answer to the question. That's always how it goes. It's true. I mean, listen, you get me talking about something. You get me something to talk about, I'll talk about it. We do have our next ad break coming up in about a minute. I'm going to be fully honest. I didn't know how long we were going to be able to go with this stream. Kind of just like playing it by ear in terms of the Q&A stream. We answered all the questions, but we can just keep chilling for a while. I don't know if I'm going to go the full 4 hours tonight, but I'll chill as long as I can. And we can always ask more questions. Maybe we'll stretch it out to the full stream length, but we're just gonna go. We're gonna play it by ear tonight. We are gonna play it by ear. But we do have our next ad break coming up. So we're going to head over to the BRB screen for just a few more minutes, give everybody a chance to get up and stretch, get a drink, get a snack, take a bio break. Gives me a chance to do the same. And we will be back in just a few minutes. So see you all back here shortly.
When we talk about everything that happened, we'd rather sit around. I don't need a lesson, you just call me out. Call me when I'm distant, always run your mouth. I don't wanna listen, you're on my case. Won't you stop with that look on your face? And I can't believe that you only hold me when I'm on my knees. Got me so tied up when you push my luck, but you
Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Astral Labyrinth. Hope everybody had a good break. We have a couple of things I need to do. There we go. Plushie for Zombie. Hello, welcome, welcome. We have a little dancing Toro and more Minnow Milkers, obviously. I have a feeling I know where this one's gonna go. Probably here. If I had to guess. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm getting it. I'm starting to feel the rhythm. I'm feeling the rhythm. I'm feeling the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time. Perfect. Skipping in and sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down, down, in around. The sugar, we're going down swinging. The number one with a bullet. A loaded gun, complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down, in around. The beat of the rhythm of the night. Come on and leave your fears behind. Come on, chicken bunny, baby, move that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. More personal question. When did I realize I was pan? No, I'm fine talking about this. Did you have like a movie coming out? So, it was always so funny, you know, growing up doing theater, I always have people like being like, "Are you sure you're not gay? Are you gay?" I'm like, "No, I'm straight. I'm straight. I just like doing this." I understand the stereotypes, but it wouldn't be until I was religious. I was like in the church, in the Christian church growing up. So I was very adamant. It's like, no. I'm not interested in men. I'm not interested in anybody. I'm interested in straight women. No, I'm European. I'm not gay. I'm European. But no, it was like a thing for me, just like very adamantly, just like, no. I get why you would say that, but absolutely not. And then when I was, is this finished? Did we do this? Did we not get the mark off for that? That's weird. It wouldn't be until I would say well after college. It was probably after I graduated from college that I was finally just like, you know what? I think I might like men as well as women. I think I might like everyone, actually. So it was like, I remember sitting in one of my friend's living room, just being like, you know, I think I might be bisexual or pan. And that was the coming out moment. It wasn't very dramatic. I was just sitting there thinking about it. I was like, I think I might not be straight. And they were just like, no, that tracks. So that was like my coming out moment. It was not very particularly dramatic or anything like that. They were just like, okay, we had a feeling. And I was like, really? You weren't going to tell me? I'm like, no, that's your shit. And I've been pan ever since. The non-binary thing was a few years later. Where it was like, you know what? I don't fully identify as being just a man. I don't vibe with that. Insane. Listen, sometimes people are more observant than you are when it comes to yourself. So sometimes a lot of the people around you pick up on things and are just like, I don't know if he knows. I don't know if they know. We shouldn't say anything though. It's like if you see someone who like might be trans, like you're not supposed to like, no, they might be an egg, but you don't say anything about it. You let them come to that conclusion themselves. They. I'm fine with either. Though I prefer not to be fully identified as a man. But I am okay with masculine pronouns. I'm not gonna bite your head off for it. This is all multi-purpose. I wish I hadn't sold all of my goddamn, or I hadn't used all of my multi-purpose cleaner. But yeah, it was not as exciting or dramatic. I was a little upset that I basically missed my best years for experimentation in college. I did become a little bit of a slut after I came out. I was like, I gotta make up for lost time. I'm a little cooler on it now. I don't ascribe so much to hooking up randomly or just for the sake of it anymore. Mostly just because I have enough other stuff going on in my life that if I feel the need to take care of that urge, it's usually something I feel like I can take care of myself. It's got to be something special, I think, at this point for me. But I did cross a couple of things off of my bucket list. Yeah, you know, getting into like the gray sexualities of like demisexual, gray sexual, of just being like, I think that's also may just be a part of getting older in some ways, of just being like, I don't feel like I have to be doing this all the time anymore. I feel like if it's with the right person though, I'd be a complete whore. Just a complete and utter whore. And that's the thing. It also could just be like it's like I don't feel the drive to do it, right? I don't feel the drive to be seeking it out, but if the opportunity presents itself, would I say yes? Maybe. Depends on the circumstance. How comfortable do I feel in the circumstance? But everybody's got a sort of like different experience when it comes to, you know, sexuality and like sexual expression. There's no one size fits all, truly. Other question. What do you got? Relationships. Okay, so here's the kicker for me. I don't think I've been in what you would consider a serious romantic relationship. Like I've been in situationships. I've been in, for sure. I've been like, I've dated, but like I don't think I've ever been in like a serious committed romantic relationship. Hi, Jackal. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I haven't met a person that it was worth devoting myself that fully to yet. And I'm not just going to be in a relationship for the sake of it, right? Like, I don't need to be in a relationship. And it kind of leaves you free to experience things, right? Like, if you don't put labels on things. You know, I've met people that I've like really vibed with, but like, was it romantic? I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it could have been. I kind of just enjoyed it for what it was at the time, you know? I've never been the type of person that felt like the need to be in a romantic relationship just cuz, or like because it's expected of you, right? Like, I got my own shit going on, you know? Anybody that I want to like spend that much time in, that I want to invest that fully in, is going to be like a situation in which I feel like we complement each other. And that's a big commitment. Yeah, go with the vibe and see what happens, basically. It's hard. It's a hard thing, right? Because like there's a lot of emphasis put on relationships and media and just like, you know, not being lonely, but like I've never been lonely. I've met so many cool people, so many friends, so many acquaintances, like so many people that have come in and out of my life. Like, you wouldn't necessarily qualify as a romantic relationship, and that's fine. Not everything has to be, you know? Some people do have that need. I think for me, and this is where I think like some of the gray, not sexuality, like gray romantic or like demi-romantic or like, I feel like romance is not something that necessarily comes easy to me, or it comes naturally, and it would require a very specific circumstance. Yeah. But, you know, it's not that I'm not open to it. It's just I feel like it would need to be the right time, the right place, the right person. And I'm in no rush to find it. And that's the thing too, like part of that for me is always just like, I feel like knowing yourself as a person and like being a complete person and like having interests and hobbies that you don't need to engage with, like you don't always need to be like in close proximity to somebody or with somebody. Like being able to be your own person on your own, I feel like is so important. At least for how I would need to experience a relationship. Like I would need to have a relationship with somebody that could also, you know, like we want to spend time together, but we don't need to spend all of our time together, you know, that type of thing. I like to spend time on my own. I like to spend time with other people. I'm like the opposite of codependent. Which I guess is independent. I'm very independent, I guess you could say. Yeah, I couldn't be in a relationship where I felt like the expectation would be that I would like constantly have to spend all of my time with the other person. And I wouldn't want that to be true for them either. Like I would never be like, no, you feel you have to be, you're obligated. We're in a relationship, you're obligated to spend time with me. And it's like, no, I want to spend time with you because I want to. But we both have lives, we both have interests, we both have other friends, we both have other things that we need to care about. You know? But I also recognize that that doesn't work for everybody. Like some people need to have that level of, not codependency, but like they need to have that level of connection with somebody. And I'm like, that's perfectly valid. It just wouldn't work for me. It just wouldn't work for me. Yes, another question. Is there another? Oop. Supportive parents. And what's your question, Freysa? As well. Let me get both of them out there. I guess while we wait for Fraser to ask as well, So when you say supportive parents, in what way? What kind of support are we talking about? Like just in general, or? Okay, so interesting. This is an interesting question. So I know this could be a controversial thing, because I know for some people when it comes to like being out and being like expressing sexuality, it's important to, you know, be honest and open with the people that are close to you. So I have not officially come out to my parents. There are a couple of reasons for that. As an adult, I don't feel like they really need to be made aware of any like part of my life that I don't need them to be aware of, right? Like I've never talked to them about my romantic life. I've never talked to them about my personal life in that way before. So like it's never really made sense. I don't need them to know right now or need them to know yet, right? It's like they don't need to know anything that isn't like pertinent to them necessarily. So it's not like I'm keeping it a secret or anything. It's just they don't really need to know. It's a need to know basis kind of thing. Am I afraid? Am I afraid of what they might say? I mean, maybe. My parents are still religious, so it's like a question of would they be disapproving in some way? Probably. Do I know for sure? No, I don't. And it's I have not seen fit to broach that subject with them, you know? Which I know I had a sort of dating relationship with somebody that was kind of a deal breaker for them. Where they were like, because they were very particularly, they were like very, they were an activist in a lot of ways. They were like an activist, and they said that they couldn't be with somebody that was not, didn't feel they could be with somebody that wasn't like, you know, open and proud about who they were with, you know, with everybody. And I'm like, that makes sense for you. It's unfortunate, but like, I guess it just means that this isn't going to work out because I'm not in a place where I need to be. Like there's no reason for it, right? Right, you're not adult. I'm not obligated to tell my parents anything about. I'm an adult. Like, my parents don't need to know everything about my life. They didn't know everything about my life when I was a kid. But if you're asking about like whether my parents were really supportive of me, my parents were hugely supportive of me when I was growing up. Like, I love my parents a lot. They gave me a lot of opportunities and made opportunities for me to like express my interests and like follow my interests. So like great parents. I got to where I am in life because of them. Incredibly supportive. They went to so many of my shows when I was in high school and college. They went to like all of my shows. But yeah, like there's just some stuff where it's like, you're my parent. You don't need to know this. You don't need to know about my sex life in any way, in any capacity. Yeah, no, they were incredibly supportive and they still are. So I also don't want to ruin that relationship with them with something that doesn't concern them currently. Now, if I end up in a committed romantic relationship with somebody of the same sex, that is a different story entirely, and that will probably have to be a broached subject. But until that happens, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with how things stand currently. Also, hi, Ida. How's it going? But yeah. Now, I do also try to keep them, I told my parents about the streaming stuff. I told them I'm doing it. They know what my model looks like. I've shown them my model. Going well, got my copy of the official SMT TTRPG. That's exciting. But yeah, they know what my model looks like. I've shown it. They know I stream. I told them kind of like what I do as a streamer. I have not given them my channel. And I don't have them. I don't think they watch, nor do I think they would be interested in watching. I know they would want to support me if I told them, But I also don't want to open up the conversations that would come as a result of them hearing the type of content that I create or the conversations that happen during these streams. You know? My parents are supportive. They're not that supportive. I'm sure they would love Toro. Toro's great. Toro's fun for the whole family. Toro's got that Pixar, that Disney mascot energy. But as for like, this is as a peak example of what I'm talking about. I was going back through clips for October because I'm working on the October stream highlights. There was one particular session of Stardew Valley last month where I don't know what I was what was going on in my head, but some of the things I said that I do not remember saying at the time were particularly unhinged. I remember there was a conversation about Bionicles being perfectly like designed to have like a fleshlight mounted to them, and I said out loud to myself, "Oh, if you don't have your own genitals, store-bought is fine." Like fucking Sandra Lee semi-homemade. And then just the rest of that stream was basically stuff like that. Oh, the songs that are playing right now. Yeah, this is the punk mix on Spotify. This stream will never be monetized, or this VOD will never be monetized. But to answer Phrase's question, hold on. You have fire? What do you mean? Put the fire away. If you have a candy that Bo would be, what is it? Well, I mean, the funny answer is Milky Way, right? The funny answer to this question is Milky Way. There is also an old, anybody remember Bobobo? I do remember Bobobo. Bobobo. Yeah, the funny answer is Milky Way. Can you have, don't give Cookie fire. We don't know what Cookie's gonna do with the fire. It is a very obvious answer, but there is also an old candy that's like a, it's like a kind of like caramel candy that comes in like a long tube that has like a creamy center. It's like a chewy caramel candy that has like a creamy center. It's called a cowtail, which is also a very funny answer given the circumstances. When it comes to me personally, I guess me personally, one of my favorite candies is Twix. I really like Twix. What do I think Bo would like? Yeah, there's a candy. It's an old candy. It's an older candy. You gonna make s'mores? Okay, well, if you're gonna make s'mores, I guess that's okay. It could be worse. No, don't set the plushies on fire. Don't set the plushies on fire. Ah, lovely. But yeah, cowtails, Milky Ways. What I think Bo would actually like, you know, it's funny, it's hard to inextricably, he's so linked to me as a person that I feel like it would be hard to say, oh god, we still haven't. Really? Seriously, where is the... All right, I need to actually like look and see what the things we're missing still are. Oh, Lamau. Obvious. And there's probably some, yeah, over there. Bo and I are like so inextricably linked. I feel like the things that I like, he would like. I am also a big fan of Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish are really good. Gummy candies, just in general, I like. Lifesaver gummies are good. Can I do this in such a way? Oh, I can walk along this. Perfect. Lifesaver gummies are feel rare to find, but they're nice. I haven't had any trouble finding them, honestly. You'd be surprised. Oh God. Oh God, why? Maybe it just depends on where you are. I haven't felt like it's been too hard to find them, but maybe that's just me. Making some progress on finding ways to explain this one shot. Fee. We are like so close to being done here. Specifically milk chocolate. Chocolate's good, man. Can't say no to good chocolate. Okay. That's like pretty much all of this. What do we have left? What is even left? Skate park floor. There's like a spot I missed somewhere. Where the fuck is it? At what point do I just get credit for having done most of it? What are you talking about? How much do I have to have gotten? That it just won't give it to me. Oh, come on. I have it on maximum brightness, which is the part that sucks. Wait, is this it? Maybe here? Okay, maybe if I do other things that are not finished yet. The rails, okay. We can do rails. Rails are easy. All right, there's one. Fucking licorice, doesn't matter if it's red or whatever color it sucks dog. I actually like licorice. But I do also suck dong, so. Easy come, easy go. Oh, there it is. All right, gallery bench. Is this? Oh no, it's over there. I don't know if I'd equate those two flavors. You don't think licorice tastes like, you don't think salted black licorice tastes like dong? Maybe you just haven't been sucking the right dong. Oh, there we go. Skate park floor and then walls. Which walls? Tell me. Tell me. Hold on. Walls. Oh, there's one over there. Okay. Fourth grade teacher wrote and illustrated a novelette called Captain Black Licorice anymore, and it kind of doxes me due to local landmarks. Well, don't do that. Don't do that for sure. Don't dox yourself. Where the fuck is the... Perfect. It was all these ones over here. That's crazy. There we go. One more wall. Stop your bickering, chat. What are you doing? All right, skate park floor. I'm just gonna go wide. We're going as wide as possible. All right, keep your eyes out, chat. Where is the stain? Where is the offending stain? Hold on. I'll tell you what we can do. Make it really easy. Where is store? No, we're out of cleaning liquid. I'm basically just gonna have to like do this. Hoping to nail whatever horrible little blob is missing. Cookie's the stain. Oh my god, Cookie, how could you? You're keeping us from 100%. Just trying to find where it would even be. Oh, there it goes. Jesus Christ. It actually jump scared me. Oh my god. It kind of jump scared me how fast that happened. Oh my god. It's got like a watermelon theme going on. I just noticed the metal panels in there kind of make it look like a watermelon. Oh, okay. But I think, you know what, that I was in my head, I was like, let's finish up the skate park, and I think we might actually just pull the Q&A stream to a close there. So let me pop over to the just chatting screen. I did do it, Ida. Unless unless where do you want it to where do you want it, Cookie? Unless someone has a question. That's true. I'm gonna put it here. Ask it and ask your question now or forever hold your peace. Also, yes, thank you for the hydrate, Digi. Gotta exit. Quit. There we go. Tibbies. There you go. Well, you got it on the Tibbies. Fill out the rest of them. There we go. Ugh. If you have a question, feel free to drop it in chat. If not, I'm gonna refresh the thing just in case. Sets fire to Cookie. That's not a question. All right. Well, then I think people were probably out of questions to ask. That being the case, thank you so much, everybody, for coming by for my 6-month anniversary Q&A. It was a real good time. I didn't know how it was going to go. I was a little nervous, actually, figuring out like whether I would be able to talk about myself for a stream. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. And thank you so much for 6 months of streaming and your support. And we're so fucking close to 400 followers. It's so close. It's so close I can almost taste it. 2 more, and then we can guarantee the karaoke stream is going to happen. So if you haven't followed, follow. What are you doing, first of all? Second of all, tell your friends if they haven't followed. We're trying to get to 500 by the end of the year. I don't think it'll happen, but we're trying. And once we hit 400, we're going to do a karaoke stream. So that being the case, Q&A stream is over. I will be streaming tomorrow 500 and drink 50 ounces. I mean, that's also reasonable. That's also a reasonable goal. I am streaming tomorrow night. I should be streaming it around 8:30 EST. Which I know is a little late for Zombie, but I'm doing another Raft collab with Archwiz Emery and Crimson Cyclo, so that should be fun. And that is my only other stream planned for this week, because I'm going to be getting ready to go on my vacation. I'm leaving Saturday, so I'll be gone from the 16th to 23rd. I'm planning on doing the Porsche stream when I come back on the 24th, so the Sunday the 24th. So you have that to look forward to, but I am going to be going on a little bit of a hiatus for vacation. Very short. I will be back. Just a vacation. I know, it's so sad. No plushies or Toros for a week. Riot. Exactly. But I do have something fun to announce when I come back, so you have that to look forward to as well. Hopefully I'll be able to announce that on the 24th when I stream, and if not, it'll be that week. Which is Thanksgiving week, so that'll be a little bit weird. But the plan is that I will be still be streaming that week. No, don't die, Zombie, don't die. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. Thank you to everybody who was here. It was a blast. It was a really fun time. I've had so much fun streaming these past 6 months. I had no goals or really expectations when I started streaming, like whether I would even be popular, whether people would like watching me, whether people would want to hang out and watch me play games or just be stupid on the internet. And it's been honestly kind of surreal that I was so accepted and kind of like supported as early as I was. So thank you so much. We can only go up from here as far as I'm concerned. There's so much that I want to do. I have so little time, but I'm going to try and get as much done as I can. Until we hit our 1-year anniversary in April, which I'm very excited. Hopefully, I'm going to try and come up with something cool for our 1 year, because it'll also be my birthday. So hopefully we can do something cool for that. Expect the nudes tomorrow morning on my desk. Oh, Lord. Alrighty. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And yeah, we are now going to decide who we should raid out to. Let's figure that out really quick. And duplicate my thing. All right. Who is streaming? Idiot America. Ooh, that could be fun. That's a good option. That's a good option. I haven't done that in a while. I think I would want to do that. Yes. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Well, yes, this is what we're going to do. All right. So we are going to be raiding out to Puppo Lostvelt. A good friend, Puppo, wonderful streamer, best boy, #1 blue, well, not #1 blue dog, one of the #1 blue dogs that I know. But again, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. This was a blast. I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun hearing me talk about myself and learn a little bit more about me. This was novel and different, and I want to do more stuff that's not just games. Going forward, it's just hard to plan stuff out, but I do have ideas. I have some fun ideas for streams that are not game related going forward, so you have a lot to look forward to, I should hope, in the next 6 months. Should I DM that one-shot pitch? Go ahead, absolutely. But that does bring an end to tonight's tour of the Astral Labyrinth. And until you make your way to the Astral Labyrinth again, I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye for now.